First off, I want to start off saying all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All double honor to the apostle elders of Great Millstone. And shout out to the whole for last out with 144,000. So, today, I just want to talk about, I ain't got a title yet, but I've been saying from like yesterday to today, I've been watching the lessons from the elder apostles. Talking about the old covenant and new covenant and how, we're not in the new covenant fully, but we're in the mix of both of them. Because the only thing that happened with the new covenant is Yahweh Shai laying down a sacrifice for us to get to fulfill the law, And that's what I want to talk about today, because, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, and the other apostles, they got a lot of lessons on the new and about the new and old covenant. You feel me? And you can go watch those. Go to their pages. You got daily edification. You got GMS declaring to the end, and I got it on airplane mode. And I forgot the other one. Hold on, let's take it off airplane mode real fast. Excuse me if I get notifications. On YouTube. And we got GMS info right here. GMS info. GMS info dot channel. It's like my fault. But, you can go to them pages. You can watch the lessons. You can go to them pages and watch the lessons. Very edifying. But I wanted to talk about today, not like a response, but I wanted to speak on behalf of the apostles, and I want to talk about how we in this flesh, man. Like we in this flesh, so therefore in this flesh we gonna be subject to sin, But that's the purpose of, our change coming, And I'm gonna bring out the first precept. Let's see. I can bear with me. I know it's in Corinthians, if I'm not mistaken. But, well, I got some precepts in mind, but I'm moving off, where the Spirit take me for real. Let me go to Corinthians. Let's see. How about verse 6? Matter of fact, is it fleshly? Fleshly. Slack it all out. I hate when the thing do that. So I could bear with me. Yeah, that's what I was about to get to anyway. I know it's in Corinthians. Slack for that, man. That's what I was about to get to anyway. 1 Corinthians 15:50. But Slacker. So right here, starting verse 50. 1 Corinthians 15:50. Not 50, what I meant to say. Now I say this, brother, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahweh. Neither do corruption inherit incorruption. Why? Because in this flesh, we're subject to sin, man. It go back to the curse of Adam, man. you know, we was subject to go off, man. And matter of fact, let me put it out. We was subject to go off, you know. This is what Pastor Tahar was talking about in his video, man. See right here, Romans 8:16. We'll start at verse 16. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh. If the children then heirs of Yahweh and joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, because we gonna inherit the thing, you know, and we join with Yahweh Shai. Because why? Yahweh Shai laid down for us, man. Yahweh Shai laid down for us. You know what I'm saying? So he our mediator through that second covenant. You know, him laying down and fulfilling the law, sacrificing for our sin, that would bring us in through grace. You know, if so, be that we suffer with him, that we might be also glorified together. You know, the same way he suffered and laid down for us, we're gonna have to go through it too, man. We're gonna have to go through it too, Salaka. You know, and that's why it come in that we must believe on him. We must believe in him. You know, you can't like the apostle was just saying in the last video I just watched. You can't be trying to say that you can be perfect in the law, because that's just gonna be saying that basically you just let Yahweh know he did what he did for no reason. You know, you trying to be perfect in the law, which the fact that he laid down so you won't have to be perfect in the law, not in this flesh. Because when the time come, when I go back to I'm gonna go back to 1 Corinthians. When the time come, we're gonna be changed, man. We're gonna be changed, and that's when we're gonna be able to be perfect. But right now, while we in this flesh, you know, and I'm gonna bring out precept even with Pastor Paul talking, man. Even in this flesh, it's hard. You can't, man. It's hard to be perfect because the flesh is subject to sin. So, matter of fact, I'm gonna jump from there, and I'm gonna go to verse 20. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by the reason of him who has subject to the same in hope, man. You know? Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of Yahweh. We're gonna be delivered from this flesh, man. We're gonna be changed, man. You know, we were subject to go off. We were subject to go off. We were subject to do sin. That's in this flesh. You know, and that's gonna go right here to Romans 7. I'm gonna jump around. Hopefully, verse 12 first, Romans 7:12. Wherefore the law is holy and the commandment holy and just and good. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump to verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual. Excuse me for that. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin. So in this flesh, we under sin, man. That's why we have this daily battle, spirit versus the flesh, man. We have this daily battle, the spirit versus the flesh. Because in this flesh, we gonna be sinful, man. You know. That's why Yahweh Shai said to the disciples when he went and prayed, man, and he kept coming back and they would sleep, man. He telling them like, your spirit will, but your flesh weak, you know. There's another thing also, and Esdras, when it's talking about the things on the right and the left, man. Things on the right and left. Your flesh gonna want to do those things on the right and the left, but you gotta strive through the spirit, believing in Yahweh Shai, striving through that grace, man, to understand that we gonna be changed. When we change, we're gonna have the laws, commandments, all that written in our inward parts, in our spirit. So we that's when we're gonna be perfect. But in this flesh, it's gonna be hard. So right here, verse 15, for that which I do allow not, which is sin, for what I would that I do not, which is be perfect in the sin, but what I hate that do I, which is sin. He in the flesh, man. I don't want to sin, but I do it because I'm in his flesh. Not I do it willingly, but watch what he say. If I do that which I would not, I consent to the law that it is good. Now that there's no more that I do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. I don't want to sin. I ain't doing this. I ain't trying to be this like what we just read in 8, man. It ain't willfully, not willingly, but what Apostle Paul tell him. Not willingly, but as you see, sin dwelleth in me, man. Cause why? For I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. For to will, which is scribed in the law, you feel me, is present with me. The law is with me, you know. I'm scribing the law. I remember the law. That's why you gotta understand that the brothers ain't the elders, and I remember I think it's on Apostle Gabar page, somebody commented about being perfect in the law now. You're gonna understand the law is with us, but how to perform that which is good, I find not, because we're in the flesh. We're not telling you not to just go out here and just, oh yeah, I ain't in the law no more, I'm gonna do everything. Nah. We still scribe pushing the law, but through the law, we can't be perfect in this flesh right now. We can't be perfect in this flesh, bro. So I'm gonna go down here, verse 20. Uh, for if I do that I would not, it is no more that I do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. If I find then a law that when I would go and do evil is present with me. Yeah, man, I wanted to see if I bring it. Oh yeah, right here, verse 22. Now, and you could go on down and read the rest, but this one I want to end right here in this chapter. For I delight in the law of Yahweh after the inward man. Because if you go to 1 Corinthians 4:16, it's really self-explanatory, man. 2 Corinthians 4:16, my fault. But it's really self-explanatory, man. Like, when you in this flesh, you're going to do carnal things of the flesh. You know? Like Apostle Paul said, I don't want to sin. For I do that I want. For if I do that I would not. You feel me? But I'm trying to do what I know is right. The law is with me, but I'm in this flesh. But when it's actually in me, because right now I'm in this flesh, and in this flesh He told you that does no good thing. But when it's in me, that's when we're gonna walk in righteousness, man. And that's when the second covenant come in. But that haven't happened yet. So that's why we in the middle, like the Apostle said, we in the middle of we in the middle of them, man. The old and the new. The new is coming because Yahweh Shai done laid down for us. That's why we believe in Yahweh Shai, man. That's why we got faith, you know. That's why no man coming to the Father but through Yahweh Shai. That's why we say all praise to Yahweh Bahashem in the name of Yahweh Shai, His Son. So we're gonna go to 2 Corinthians 4:16. For which cause we faint not, but through the outward man, which is the flesh, perish. But the inward man is renewed day by day, because we got to scribe in this spirit, man. Spiritual, we got to know that. Through Yahweh Shai, we can beat this, man. So I want to go back to 1 Corinthians 15. And I want to read verse 52. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. We gonna be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immorality. So this body which can decay, this can die, is gonna be gone. We're gonna put on immorality. We're gonna be spiritual bodies. So when this incorruptible, when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this morality shall have put on immorality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is your sting? O grave, where is your victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. The strength of sin is the law. So if we not following the law, what that mean? We sinning, you know? And the wages of sin is death, right? But that's why you got to understand that through Yahweh Shai, He has fulfilled the law for us, man. Believing on Yahweh Shai, that's why we in that grace. We in that grace now. That's why we in that grace now. Because if we still in the law, we all through. Because if you sin one time, it don't matter if you been going. Let's just say you is going perfect in the law, and you do one wrong sin, you accounted for all of them. You accounted for all of them. But keep reading verse 57. But thanks be to Yahweh, which giveth us His victory through our Lord Yahweh Shai. He gave us His victory through Yahweh Shai. We believe on Yahweh Shai. Through that grace, we're going to be saved, man. Because He came to fulfill the law for us. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. See? So through that faith understanding right here, that walking after the Spirit, you're gonna understand that we ain't judged through the law no more, bro. We ain't gonna be condemned through the law no more. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna be judged by that faith through grace, understanding that through Yahweh Shai that we can be saved. Through Yahweh Shai that we gonna be saved. We're gonna be changed. We're gonna beat death. Cause the wages of sin is death. Through the law, let me go back to it, man. It's self-explanatory, man. Right here, man. What do you say? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. The strength of sin is the law. So therefore, you sin one time, you break the law one time, you in sin. But that's why Yahweh Shai telling us, hey, matter of fact, let's read it right here. Romans 8, it's Paul talking. Romans 8, verse 1. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Yahweh Shai, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. So through Yahweh Shai, spiritual connect with Yahweh Shai, the comforter on us, through Yahweh Shai, we gonna be saved. We're gonna be saved. I ain't even gotta try to put no big word for you. We gonna be saved, man. Through Yahweh Shai, we gonna be saved. When Yahweh Shai laid down for us, he fulfilled the law for us. So therefore, that we can come back under grace. For the law of the Spirit of life is in Yahweh Shai, hath made me free from the law of sin and death, man. Like what like Apostle Harvey saying the other day, man, I ain't even gotta read no more. That made my point. I ain't even gotta read no more, man. Cause you gotta understand, man, that is nobody's telling you. And I seen somebody comment. The reason this video on my mind, cause I seen somebody comment on Apostle Gabar post, and it ain't even about no one telling you that, hey, you don't have to do the law, but you can't be perfect in this law right now. You can't be perfect, because as long as you in this flesh is subject to sin, man. This flesh is subject to sin. Apostle Paul said it. He said it right here, man. He said it right here. For I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwells no good thing. For the law is with me. Yes, we gonna scribe through the law. We ain't gonna be out here just eating pork, just out here doing whatever, just cause Allah fulfill. But how to perform that which is good, I find not. Why? Because we in this flesh, man. We in this flesh. We can't be perfect in this flesh. It ain't no perfection in this flesh. The perfection is gonna come when Yahweh sent his angel, and he come back, and the elect is fulfilled, and the laws and commandments is written in the hearts and minds. His spirit is put in us. You feel me? Matter of fact, I want to break out a couple more precepts. It wasn't gonna be no long lesson. I just wanted to right here. No, this ain't what I wanted to get to. Matter of fact, I just highlighted it. This ain't what I want to get to. I want to get to when Yahweh Shai telling the disciples, you feel me? The spirit will, but the flesh, it won't, man. Spirit versus the flesh, man. You gotta know it's spirit versus the flesh. Through that flesh, you gonna to think carnal minded is to think death, man. To think carnal minded is to think death, but to think spiritual minded is life, man. Right here, Matthew 26. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. The flesh gonna try to pull you, man. That's why you in the spirit versus the flesh, because the flesh is subject to sin. The flesh gonna try to pull you. The flesh gonna try to pull you. But you gotta strive and you gotta push, man. You gotta strive, you gotta push, and you gotta understand that through grace, even if you slip up, not saying you just go slip up, want to, but even if you slip up, you gotta understand we in that grace through Yahweh Shai that you could be saved, you can still be brought in, man. You can still be brought in. It's another precept I want to get to, cause this one you're gonna understand we're gonna be perfect, This is the precept the apostle just brought out. We can end with this right here. Right here, Ezekiel 36, starting verse 24. For I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all the countries and will bring you into your own land. Then I will sprinkle clean water upon you, and you shall be clean. So when we in this flesh, when we sin, we ain't clean. We ain't clean. But but right here, I'm gonna keep reading. Then I will sprinkle clean water upon you. You shall be clean from all your filthiness, from all your idols, and I will cleanse you. A new heart also will I give you. A new spirit will I put within you. I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh. Listen, I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and you shall keep my judgments and do them. See what I'm saying? That ain't happening yet. It ain't happy yet. Right now, we still in this battle with this sin versus the flesh, man. And matter of fact, I want to end with this. I want to end with this right here. Cause you gotta know, man. We going to curses way back, going to Adam, man. We going to curses going way back to Adam, man. That's why you gotta understand. Through this flesh, we gonna sin. Through this flesh, we gonna sin. But when we get that change, we gonna be good. So right here, I want to read Galatians 3. I'm gonna just read verse. I'm gonna read verse 13 and 14. So Yahweh Shai hath redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us. For it is written, "Curses everyone that hangeth on a tree," that the blessing of Abraham might come on the Gentiles, which are the Israel foreigners who went astray. You got the northern kingdom. They brought back under because they went astray. They left. You got what it is. 2 Kings 17. You got 2 Ezra 13. I think it's verse 40. You know that. Listen right here. Through Yahweh Shai, that we might receive the promise of the Spirit through faith. Man, you gotta keep faith, man. You gotta have faith and believe in Yahweh Shai. Like once again, that's why we say, all praise to Yahweh Bahashem in the name of Yahweh Shai. Man, matter of fact, let me go to that. Bahashem in the name. Yahweh Bahashem in the name of Yahweh Shai. All praise, honor, and glories. You know? We give it to them, man. We give it to them. So, like I say, man, it's kind of self-explanatory, man. I go back to Romans 8. And with this right here, man. This is what I wanted to get. Right here, verse 5 and 6. Romans 8, verse 5 and 6. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace, man. So you got to understand, man, that through this faith, through grace, Yahweh Shai laid down for us, and He redeemed us from the law. And going back to what the apostles were making lesson about since yesterday about the covenant, that's what they mean in the covenant, man. That's why they mean that we're not in the second covenant yet. Because, yes, Yahweh Shai done laid down yet, but we haven't been changed yet. We still in this flesh. We haven't been made perfect yet. So when the time comes, Lord willing, when the time comes and Most High, we get that change through Yahweh Shai, that redeemed us the law, we get that change, then the laws and what we read in Ezekiel 36, the laws and commandments is written in our hearts and our minds, and we put it in our own land. That's when we be made perfect. Really, like Apostle Hart said, really gonna be made perfect when the elect is beamed up, when the elect is brought up, man. They're gonna be the first one to, that, and that's when the second covenant is in full effect. So, just wanted to get that lesson in. Lord willing, think about it. I'm gonna just title it "Spirit versus the Flesh." So, Lord willing, was edifying. Want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Kwakadash. Double honor to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, and shout out to the whole full Shalom.